the Buick Show. It's the Berle Show. It's the Buick Berle Show. Presented by your Buick dealers.
How I love to drive my Buick with my love by my side. Pretty girls and shiny Buick is a fellow with so much pride.
With Milton's guest stars Jack, Webb, and Lisa Kirk.
For I know that very soon we'll take a honeymoon, my Buick. I love
The story you are about to see is trite and true. Only the jokes have been changed to protect the guilty.
This is the city, Radio City, New York. All the big television shows come from here. This is the nerve center of television. The Milton Berle show comes from here. He's got a lot of nerve. More about him later. My beat is usually Los Angeles, but I flew into New York on a very important case. My partner, Frank Smith, was going to make the trip with me, but when he got to the airport, he found that he couldn't go. Something was up. His airplane. He missed it. When I got to New York, I went straight to the home of the man who had called me in on a special assignment. My name's Friday. All right, now, mister, you brought some pretty serious charges against somebody. As I understand it, you say your jokes are being stolen off your television program. Is that right, Mr. Caesar?
Yeah, that's right. Saturday night show shows.
And you say that the man you suspect of stealing the jokes off your program is Milton Berle.
Well, I wouldn't say suspect, you know, Milton Berle. I know it's Milton Berle. And what gets me is that I just can't believe it, you know? I just can't believe that Milton Berle would steal a joke.
Well, Mr. Caesar, if you can't believe it, how can you be sure that it is Berle?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I'm sure. I'm so sure I'm positive. You see, I mean, I can't believe that it's him, you understand? Because, I mean, he's such a nice guy, such a wonderful fellow that I don't believe that he would rob and steal and tear away material from somebody because he's such a nice fellow. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir, I do. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Caesar?
That's what hurts. He is. I mean, he comes over the house, you know. After all, we break bread together, you know. And now he's breaking my jokes in on his program, you know. I don't see that. I just can't believe that Milton Berle would steal a joke, you know. And not him. I don't know.
Well, try to take it easy, Mr. Caesar.
It's quite a shock, you know. I understand. I mean, I don't mind him taking a few jokes, you know, after the show on Saturday. That's fine, you know. But lately he's been taking them before the show on Saturday, you know?
Before they get on your program?
Yes, before they get on the program.
Well, I can't believe it. I simply cannot believe it, Mr. Caesar.
I can't believe it. But I'll prove it to you. Now, look. Here it is. I'm going to write a joke now, you understand? Mm-hmm. A joke, nobody ever heard it before. This is it, all right? Here's the joke. I'm going to write it right down now. Now, nobody ever heard this joke. Now, the joke is this. Here's the joke. Nobody ever heard it. Marilyn Monroe is in the picture, How to Marry a Millionaire, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I read her book, and in her book, she doesn't say How to Marry a Millionaire.
Marilyn Monroe wrote a book?
Here's the joke. The Monroe Doctrine. Huh? If he uses that, he's nuts. All right. Right? We got it. I'm going to take the joke, lock it up in a safe. Okay? Spin the dial. Now, you saw the joke go into the safe, right? Now, I'll bet you any amount of money that he uses that joke on his program tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm soon going to find out how he does that. I'm going over to the Center Theater. He's having a rehearsal over there now. I want to talk to him. I'll tell you something, Mr. Caesar. If he uses that joke tonight, he's going to have to use mental telepathy. No, as I understand it, there's nothing mental about Berle. Well, I'll report back to you, Mr. Caesar.
Right. Thank you, Sarge. Milton Berle steal a joke. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hurts me right here.
Then get the flowers, you understand? Because... Pardon me, you looking for somebody?
My name's Friday, police department. You Milton Berle?
I'm Milton Berle, but this is silly. You didn't have to come here in person to just see Milton Berle. You could have done what they all do, just put the ticket on the windshield.
You don't understand. I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, you don't understand. I know you're from Los Angeles. That's the nearest place I could park to the studio. I couldn't... You don't know how many times I drove around the country trying to find a place to park. Did you realize
Now, look, Mr. Berle, this is serious. I'm a detective on a very important case.
You're a detective, so you're a detective. So what? So what? You're a detective.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You would?
Yes. Do you ever watch Sid Caesar on television?
I was Sid Caesar.
That's right.
That's funny. It's like asking you, you ever watch Martin Caine? It's like asking you ever watch Martin Caine?
Who's she?
I was... Come here, Detective. Can't we settle this thing out of court?
Settle what out of court?
I don't know. Whatever it is, I always like to settle out of court. I don't know what...
Now listen.
Yeah.
There have been some jokes stolen off the Sid Caesar show. Now, how about it, mister?
You got nothing on me, copper. I didn't do it. See, my hands are clean. You can't pin this on me. You think I did it? I didn't do it. Why would I do it? I have no reason to do it. And if I did it, what reason would I have to do it if I did it?
Just some routine questions. I want to question you about some routines. Are you sure you've never looked at the Sid Caesar show?
Me? Why, You don't think that I... You mean, are you trying to... Why, that's the... Gosh, I
ought to tell you that anything you say can be held against you.
What did I say?
Here's what you said. Why, You don't think that I... You mean, are you trying to... Why, that's the... Gosh,
It's a lie. It's a lie. I didn't say anything like that. I won't sign it. I won't sign what you want. Just when I need my writers, they're never around.
Yeah, about your writers. Do they write all original jokes?
I don't know about that either, copper. I don't answer any questions. I don't care if they write original jokes. I got a good thing going for me. I don't want to louse it up.
I'd like to talk to your writers. Now, where are they?
They're in their cell. They're in their office, 10 stories up here. And I can't be busy. Talking to you, I got to go. I got a dress rehearsal and everything, and I got to go into my dressing room and make a lawyer. Make a change. This is a busy day for me. I got my show tonight.
Can I see your script for tonight?
What did you say?
I want to see your script for tonight.
Well, I'll get my secretary, Max. She'll give you a script, sure.
That's fine. I'll be back later for it. Now, don't leave town.
How can I leave town? I'm going to do my show tonight.
That's what I mean.
I was... That's what I mean. Corny guy. That's what I mean. I've seen that guy someplace. His face is very familiar. I wonder who he is. Some tough guy or something. He's got a net out for me, and he's trying to drag me into it. Well, he's not going to drag me into any net. That's where I saw him. Treasury man in action. Guy ain't got me worried. Wants to see the script. What do I care? Get the script. I think Max has got it. Max!
Yes, Will.
Max. Is this the script for the show? Well, look, I got a man. He wants to see the script. There's a man who wants to see the script right away. I want you to take it to this man Friday.
What time Friday?
No, you don't understand. I said Friday is here.
You mean Tuesday is here?
No, will you listen to me? I want you see, have you got the script for today, Tuesday?
Yes.
Well, I want you to take the script from Tuesday to Friday. You understand?
Oh, yes, now I understand.
Finally.
What time Friday?
Come here, Sunday, Monday, and nowhere. Today is Tuesday, December 1st. Is that right?
December 1st.
Yeah, well, I want you to take this script to Friday on the 1st.
Who's on first?
He's on second. What's on first? No, stop it. Fine secretary you are. The first place, I don't know why I hired you. You can't copy scripts right. You don't handle messages. You can't even type right. You know, why don't you learn the touch system?
Milton, why don't you learn the touch system?
I don't want to wind up you. I don't want to get touched like you. What did you ever do before you came to work for me?
I worked for the telephone company.
You worked for the telephone company.
Yes, they liked me, too.
They liked you?
I was very popular.
Were you?
Yes, they voted me Misinformation of 1950.
Well, I'll crown you Miss Sugarnut of 1953. Please don't bother me. We've got the show tonight. So worn out. Didn't sleep last night at all. Murder. You know what happened? The television antenna on top of my house, the wire broke. The wire kept tapping against my window all night, and I didn't sleep a wink.
Why didn't you call me, Milton?
Well, you, what would you do?
For you, Milton?
Yeah.
I'd cross a burning desert. I'd swim the deepest ocean. I'd climb the highest antenna.
I was... Well, while you swim in the ocean and while you're climbing the antenna, would you do me a favor? Would you deliver a script to Friday? Would you do that?
What time Friday?
Oh, stop it. Thank you all, gal, Sunday. Will you leave me? You go out, take a rest, will you? I got to take a rest myself. That wire tapping all night, keep me up. You know what I'll do? I'll have Vinton Hayworth rehearse the commercial. Vinton, I'm going to take a rest here. Will you do me a favor? Will you take the next 2 minutes to rehearse the commercial? Will you? And make it brief, but very, very good and clever. Would you do that for me? Can't get over it. How do you like that guy? Guy Friday accusing me of stealing jokes. Never stole a joke in my entire life. Imagine him accusing me of a thing like that. Just a minute, Berle. Do you want to revise that last statement? Who said that? Who are you? Who are you? I'm your conscience. My conscience? Don't be silly. I had that cut out when I was a kid. What do you want? What do you want?
Opinions expressed by Milton Berle are his own and do not necessarily represent the opinion of his conscience.
Conscience. So tired, I'd rather be unconscious. Gotta get a little sleep. These Tuesdays aren't bad enough. A guy like that corny detective has to come in and tell me I steal jokes. I would never take any jokes. What if they did find out if I stole jokes? What? I can prove I'm innocent. I go to court, I'll prove I'm innocent. I'll go to court. I'll go to court. I'll go to court.
Oh yes, the court is now in session. The first case on the docket is the State versus Mr. Television, starring Milton Berle, and introducing Judge Francis McNulty. Everybody rise.
All right, court is now in session. All right, wise guy, who took the telephone books off my chair?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's better.
This is very nice, Your Honor.
You like it?
Uh-huh.
Halo glorifies your hair, soaping it. All right, Clegg, what's the first case on the docket?
It's the case of Milton Berle.
Guilty. Next case.
Your Honor,
object. And who are you?
I'm Milton Berle's attorney. Now, I think he's guilty too, Your Honor, but gee whiz, let's not make a hollow mockery of justice.
Are you impugning the reputation of this court?
What does that mean?
Don't confuse me. I cut law class to come here.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Milton Berle and swear him in.
You like to swear him in. I like to cuss him out. All right, somebody call Milton Berle. Where's Milton Berle?
Milton Berle to the stand. Do you promise to take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Now, Judge, I want to just...
Your sweaty paws off of the judicial Chippendale.
Good. Didn't I see you judge a dog show at Madison Square Garden?
Didn't I see me? You licked my hand when I gave you second prize.
You gave the second prize. You gave the first prize to a cocker spaniel because you thought it was your sister. Listen,
Let's proceed with the case.
Yeah, let's proceed with the case.
You promise to take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask one question, if I may.
Yeah, how about that?
How about what? I don't know what you're saying.
Answer the man's question.
He didn't say anything.
Troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker. He didn't...
The prosecutor will rephrase the question. And this time, say it stupid so he can understand it.
Mr. Berle.
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, did you ever willfully, with malice aforethought and with intent to steal, lift any jokes from any comedians?
No, I never did.
Well, you're off to a flying start. You now have 20. How much of the 20 do you want to bet?
All of it. Okay, for 40 years, answer this question.
Wait a minute. What program are we doing?
You bet your life, and that's what you're going to get.
You owe me a little life, too. I wanted to...
Order!
I'm sorry. This is not my table.
He broke it. Let's proceed with the case.
Yeah, proceed with the case.
Do you promise to take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do. What is this, a rehearsal for me for next week? What are we doing here? Never heard of such a...
Answer the question. Do you steal material from other comedians?
Well, I steal material. It's just a falsehood. It's absurd. It's a lie. See, all comedians' minds run in the same channel. And my channels are Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 5, 7, 9, 11.
Berle, you're guilty.
No, I'm not.
You're guilty.
No, I'm not.
You're guilty.
No, I'm not. And you'll never get me. None of you. You'll never get me.
Read all about it. Read all about it. Milton Berle, famous comedian, escapes from crowded courtroom. Get your paper, get your paper. Milton Berle, notorious joke snapper at large in the city. Detectives are planning strategy to capture Berle.
We'll have to spread a dragnet over the entire city. You take the west side. You take the east side. You go uptown, I'll go downtown. I'll be at Lindy's before you.
Policemen are pouring into the city, searching every corner. No one knows where or in what disguise Berle may be hiding. Perhaps he's in the subway. In your own backyard. I cash flows. I cash flows. In any crowded street, one never knows who the person next to him might be.
get your program. I get ideas. My sense of humor makes an audience adore me. But how do I know you didn't tell these jokes before me? Thanks to your memory, your jokes will never die. They'll live as long as I, for giving me 10 writers that I didn't have to buy. Bob, thank you so much. Oh, though I spend each Sunday with you, as friend to friend, what they say, Eddie, is not true. So sing again, bring again things for me to do, because I love to spend each Sunday with you. Jack, 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 I'm a kleptomaniac, hack, hack. When your telephony crack, 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 I make a lot of jack, jack, jack. How can I steal from you when you're in L.A. and I'm far, far away from you? How do I know what you're doing on rehearsal day? How do I know what you're gonna do? Evidently, you've got great appeal, but from you I wouldn't steal. I wouldn't do anything from your show, even though you're a dandy boy. And I
For the execution!
I'm innocent, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Oh, boy. Oh, what a dream. What a dream that was. So real. On a wide screen, too. I know what it is. It's that cop. That detective that's been hanging around here. He's playing with me like a spider with a fly. But he's not going to get me into his web. Not me, Jack. He's gone over to talk to my writers. I'll let him go over and talk to them. I'm not going to tell them anything about me. Not me. They won't speak. Not just before Christmas. And if they talk about me and say one word, it'll be the last set of monogrammed shoelaces I'll ever buy.
4:20. I found the room where the writers for the Berle Show were. Television writers are the unknowns of the industry. They're an anonymous group. Ulcer's Anonymous. They work night and day to create belly laughs. It's a grind that a lot of writers can't stomach. I found Milton Berle's writers busy writing the jokes that Berle rehearses all week to ad-lib on the spur of the moment the night of his program. There were 4 of them, 3 men and a girl. I questioned them about the jokes that were going to be used on the show tonight. My name's Friday, Police Department. Which one of you is Selma Diamond? Well, come on, you might as well tell me. We'll find out anyway. Now, which one of you is Selma Diamond?
I'm Selma Diamond.
Oh. Well, I'd like to ask you a few questions about some jokes that have been stolen.
You think it's me? I didn't do it. You think I have something to do with stealing jokes? Is that what it is? I'd like to know what this is all about. You think it's me?
I think it's I.
Oh, yes, you think it's I? I didn't do it, Sergeant. I don't know what this is all about. I'd appreciate it if you told me what this is all about.
Well, we just want the truth here, ma'am. Would you mind telling me what you do on this program?
I'm a writer. I write jokes. You think it's unusual, a girl writing jokes?
No, ma'am.
Everybody thinks it's unusual, a girl writing jokes. I don't know why. There's a woman in the cabinet. I hold up my end of the job. I write jokes, just like men write them. I don't like men thinking women can't write jokes. That's what I do on this program. I write jokes. and make coffee and empty ashtrays.
Yeah, well, Sid Caesar claims his jokes have been showing up on the Berle program. Now, how about it? How about you, mister?
I don't steal jokes. Wasn't raised that way. I'm a family man. I got 2 kids. I got plans for them. I can't tell you anything about stealing jokes. Even if I did know anything, can't tell you. It's too near Christmas. News to me. How about you, Jay?
What's the question again?
You know anything about some jokes being stolen off the Sid Caesar program?
Not me. I wouldn't steal any jokes. I'm in enough trouble already. I'm engaged to 3 girls.
Okay, that leaves you, mister. How about it? You take Sid Caesar's jokes, do you?
What? I don't take jokes. I just take pills. We're busy now, Sergeant. The show goes on the air in a few hours, and this joke has got to get into the script somewhere.
What joke is that?
It's a joke about Marilyn Monroe. Lisa Kirk says to Berle, I read Marilyn's book, The Monroe Doctrine.
It was the joke that Sid Caesar had locked in the safe just a few hours ago. And here it was, written on a piece of paper. I asked them where they got the joke. They said they didn't know where it came from. It had been delivered by special messenger. I asked them if they recognized the handwriting. They said no. They said every week some jokes came in at the last minute. They just took it for granted Berle had made them up. I took the paper and went back to the theater to question the other members of Berle's company. 4:32. I arrived back at the theater. I found one of the stagehands at work there. I showed him the slip of paper. I asked him if it was Milton Berle's handwriting. At first, he said he didn't know Berle could write. He wanted to know what it was all about.
All about.
Well, Sid Caesar's accused Milton Berle of stealing jokes off of his program. Now, this is one of the jokes that was sent over to the writers this afternoon. Do you recognize this writing as Berle's?
I don't know, mister. Look, I don't want to get mixed up in anything. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know if this was Berle's handwriting or if it
Francis, I'm going to fire you if it's the last thing I do.
I'm positive that's Berle's handwriting. I will have to see to get a seat at the execution. Huh? Tell me.
I'll talk to you later.
Listen, I'd like a seat down front. You know what I mean? We'll make it 2 seats in case I have a date that night.
Francis, Milton wants to see you.
You like executions? I got a couple of seats.
I'm sorry, Francis, but if I go any place, I'd rather go with Milton.
Yeah, but he'll only have 1 seat.
I'll sit on his lap.
Who are you, ma'am?
I'm Milton Berle's secretary.
Is that right? Well, my name's Friday.
Oh, so you're Friday. When Milton told me Friday was here, I kept telling him Tuesday was here. And then he said, give Friday the script Tuesday. Now I know what he meant.
Yes, ma'am. He meant Friday.
All right, what time Friday?
Where is Mr. Berle? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
Well, you can't talk to him now. He's resting. He's tired out from last night. He was up all night.
What happened last night?
Wiretapping.
Everything was beginning to fall into place. Berle was tapping Sid Caesar's wire. When he got the joke he wanted to use, he wrote it out on a piece of paper and sent it to his writers. They put it into the script. But how could he get the joke that Caesar had made up that morning? It was still locked in a safe. That's what I had to find out. Berle came on stage to rehearse with Lisa Kirk.
Lisa, dear.
Yeah?
We're going to ready for the number.
Just a minute, Berle.
I was-
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You here again? What is it you want? What do you want? What do you want, buddy? What do you want? I don't know anything about stealing jokes or anything. I've got writers for that, you understand? And I told you once and for all I got writers.
Yeah. Do you know anything about wiretapping last night?
Do I? Are you kidding? I was up all night with that wiretapping.
Listen, make it 4 seats, will you?
What is this? What are you butting in here? I want to tell you something. I told you this before, and I'll repeat what I said again. You're going to get fired. When I come back, I'm going to get you fired.
You're going to come back?
Yeah.
Look who's talking about coming back. Houdini couldn't come back. He's going to come back. He's left. He's going to come back.
Hey, Charles, listen, I'm sorry, Bud. I got a rehearsal to do. Would you
Well,
pardon me?
now, just a minute, Berle.
Oh, please, will you? Look, Bud, leave me alone. Now, if you want an autograph, I'll be very glad to give you. But don't bother me, will you? I got to do this rehearsal. I'll see you a little later. Alan Roth, will you play Miss Kirk and I? When lovers stroll along the street, to stroll along with their one and sweet. When this familiar world is through, will you still be mine?
When cabs don't drive around the park, no windows like the summer dark. When love has lost its secret spark, will you still be mine?
When moonlight on the Hudson's not so fancy, and spring is no longer turns a young man's fancy.
When glamour girls have lost their charm,
And what?
and Cyrus just mean false alarm. When lovers heed no call to arms, will you still
be
mine?
When Frank Sinatra weighs a ton,
When Eddie Cantor has a son,
when paying income taxes fun, will you still be mine? When Georgie Gentle sings on key,
when television has 3D,
when Eddie Fisher's 93, will you still be mine? When Rocky Graziano takes up knitting,
and when Tallulah starts in babysitting,
when Captain Video the Ace
no longer flies around in space,
because he found a parking place, will you still be mine? I think the number will be very swell tonight. Lisa, we'll do this number. Now, after we get through doing this number, I've got a great idea. You and I are going to tell a joke. We'll do a joke both together.
Oh, you mean I'm going to have something to say on the show?
Oh, sure. This is a joke I got especially for you. You see, you say to me, I just saw Marilyn Monroe in the picture, How to Marry a Millionaire. And it's nothing like the book. And then you say, it's nothing like the book. And I say, yeah, what do you mean it's nothing like the book? And then I show you the book. I said, are you kidding? Why, this... And I hold up this book, and this is one of the very...
That's a joke?
I was... Sure, that's a joke. Don't you get it? You know what the Monroe Doctrine is, don't you?
I don't get the joke.
Well, everybody thinks that Marilyn Monroe wrote the Monroe Doctrine, but she didn't write it.
Well, who wrote it?
Did you ever go to school? Vaughn Monroe.
Seems to me the joke needs a little doctrine.
Yeah, well, look, when I tell this joke, it's going to be one of the biggest...
Just 1 minute. I'd like to ask you a few questions about
Here
that
he is
joke.
again. Now, what do you want? Will you please... What do you want?
Miss Kirk, you recognize that joke?
No, and I still don't recognize it.
How about it, girl? You recognize this handwriting?
Sure, Eric. Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's what you're doing here. You come here, write down my jokes and steal them, and you're going to use them on a program or something? What are you, a joke thief or something? Is that the whole thing? Is that it?
I didn't write it down. I don't steal jokes.
Then why'd you write it down?
I don't know what you're driving at. You think I stole this joke? Is that what it is? Is that it?
Suppose you tell me.
I don't know anything about jokes, and I'd appreciate it if you told me what this is all about.
You know what it's all about.
You think I did it? Is that it? You think it's me?
You think it's I?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You think it's I? Is that it?
Just give me the facts, mister.
I'm as innocent as the day I was born.
I want the facts. I want the facts, not the bare facts. Who are you anyway? What's your real name? What's your real name?
My name's Charlie Applewhite. I'm a singer.
What is it? Where did he come from? My name is... Oh, Charlie. Oh, pardon me, just a minute. This is Charlie App. You're the young boy from Texas that come up and gave me the audition. My name is Milton Berle. I want you to meet Sergeant Friday.
How do you do, sir?
How are you?
You from Texas?
No, I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. That's West Texas.
Where'd you get that joke?
I didn't steal that joke. Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to say I stole that joke, Mr. Burrow? I didn't steal that joke.
All right, cut it out. This is a rehearsal. Now, look, Sergeant, I'll talk to you later. I got to go to dinner at my mother's house at 6:30.
Where is your mother's house?
She, at the Essex house.
The Essex house?
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I'll meet you there.
I'm in there.
6:35. I arrived at the apartment of Milton Berle's mother. She's only living here temporarily until after the marriage. Then she's going to move in with them. I had to wait quite a while when I got there. 6:45. Not a sign of Berle. His mother was sitting in front of her television set when I got there. When I came in, she turned off the set. She started to knit. I tried to ask her some questions, but she had only one answer for everything.
Well, how about it, Mrs. Berle?
Milton's a good boy.
Yes, ma'am, I know he is, but I just want to ask you a few questions about some jokes. Do you know where he gets them?
Milton's a good boy.
Well, sorry I'm late, Mutt. What are you doing here?
All right, Berle, you ready to talk now?
Ready to talk? I have nothing to say. I told you everything I know. This is my mother. You haven't said anything to my mother, have you? Have you said anything to my mother? Has he said anything to you, Mama?
Milton's a good boy.
That's me, honey. I know. That's me. I know him.
Yes, I know Milton's a good boy, ma'am.
She doesn't know anything. My mother doesn't know anything, and I wish you wouldn't ask her anything. I know what you're thinking of, this television set. This is a television set that NBC gave my mother this television set.
Is that right?
They put it in here. This set goes directly to my rehearsal at the Center Theater. It's a special set.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Special set, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see how that works. Now, let's see. This is the channel that was tuned in when I got here.
No, please,
I'd see how that works.
No, don't touch that.
Berle, I want to watch this.
Okay, Mr. Caesar, the rehearsal is almost over. Now, look, I just want to come in here for a nice close-up of you and Imogene Coca when she says Marilyn Monroe wrote the Monroe Doctrine.
I get it now. Mrs. Berle, you watch the show's rehearsal, is that right? And then you write down some jokes, and then you send them over to your son here. Is that right?
Milton's a good boy.
Well, I guess that wraps this case up all right. You got your mother here writing down the jokes that she hears on the show's rehearsal. Is that right? What do you got to say?
Milton's a good boy.
Well, how about it, Mrs. Berle? You get the jokes off Sid Caesar's program. Is that it?
Sid is a good boy.
Well, you'll have to come downtown with me, Milton. Your mother, too.
Oh, no. No, you can't do this. You can't take my mother. You can't take my mother because she's got to sit here at the television set and take out the jokes from Bob Hope's program. From Bob Hope.
Bob's a good boy.
Yeah. Guess I must have been crazy doing what I did. Should have never done it. I've been taking things that I shouldn't have taken. I knew I was taking other people's jokes and taking other people's songs, and I knew everything was wrong. Everything I've done is wrong, and that's the way I've climbed the ladder of success. Wrong by wrong.
Yes, now you know. Money can't buy everything, can it? Money can't buy respect. Money can't buy dignity. Money can't buy integrity.
When you got money, who needs those things? I don't want to go. No, please. I don't want to. Please, I don't want to.
And now for the final disposition of the Milton Berle case. Milton Berle was tried and found guilty of stealing jokes from other comedians. The suspect confessed to his crime and threw himself on the mercy of the court. Milton Berle, the suspect, is now serving 30 years in NBC. Crime pays.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Before I say so long for a while, I just want to remind you that there is no better buy in automobiles than a Buick. You know, ringing down the curtain on a very successful year, your Buick dealer can afford to give you a terrific trade-in allowance on your present car and a wonderful deal on a new Buick. So now's the time. Please see him tomorrow. He's very friendly, and just tell him Uncle Milty sent you. And now I'd like to bring out my guest star tonight. Say hello. Jack Webb. Come on, Jack. Jack, I want to thank you. I want to thank you on behalf of the Chesterfield Company, Liggett Myers, for having you appear on the program. We wish you so much luck. I know that you're going to win the Look Award for being the best director, Look Magazine, and the Sylvania Award, and you got to get over to the dinner. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Milton.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, see you next week, same time, same channel, same station. Until then, may I just say good night, and God bless you all.